So Dr. Fauci was asked about the mask mandate because the Justice Department still is trying to litigate the CDC mask mandate, which was taken away from them recently. You may recall that a judge has ruled that the Biden administration no longer has the right to enforce mask mandates on public transportation. And so we saw those videos of people flinging their masks off like bra burning, right? Well, Dr. Fauci is saying that he intends or that he does think that the Biden administration should continue to fight for the mask mandate, not necessarily for medical reasons, but for power reasons. He's saying that the administration needs to have the power to make these choices, even if a judge does not.
That's right. So he was on Fox News and he made these comments about power. And I can't actually believe he said these things out loud. He actually physically said these words out loud. And he actually admits about masks that these are it's about a power grab. It really is not about science. It's not about health, that it's really about the efforts of the administration's ability to take power. See if you hear it too. Take a listen.
So, Doctor, at the same time, the Justice Department is pushing an appeals court to intervene on this ruling that lifts mask mandates on public transportation, mass transit, that sort of thing. What do you think of that?
Are you asking me what I think about the Justice Department appealing this court decision about pulling back?
Exactly.
You know, one of the issues, Neil, that I have articulated in the past, and I will in the future, it's less about mandates on the plane than it is about who has the right and the authority and the capability of making public health decisions. And I believe that the Department of Justice is operating on the principle that decisions that are public health decisions belong with the public health agency, in this case, the CDC. So it's more of a matter of principle of where the authority lies than it is about whether or not there's going to be a mandate on a plane or not.
But do you personally, Doc, I mean, when you travel and when you go around, do you prefer wearing a mask yourself? I know you've avoided public venues with large gatherings. I think the White House Correspondents' Dinner comes to mind. Do you still have those reservations, even now?
I do. I mean, the CDC continues to recommend that when people fly, that they wear masks. Now, the mandate has been pulled back on the decision of the court, but that does not change the recommendation of the CDC, Neil, or my own personal preference. When I travel on the plane, given my evaluation of my personal risk as a person of my age, with or without underlying conditions, that I feel that I would be much more comfortable for my safety and even for the safety of others to wear a mask. But that's a recommendation. That's not a mandate.
All right, so it wasn't your way of saying you didn't want to be hounded by people who know you, right? I mean, you just wanted to keep that on for your safety. Just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
It certainly is.
Right.
Right.
So the court has already ruled that the Biden administration does not have this power. And so what Fauci is advocating is retrieving that power, not for the sake of the mask at all, really. He seems quite flippant about the idea of wearing a mask. Like, well, I'm an old dude. Feel like I should.
Well, and also he's saying, like, I'm wearing it for you. Like, okay, we've talked about that here on the show. I'm going to wear it for you. If you want to wear it for yourself, that's great. But you wearing it for me is not going to help me. Right?
Yes.
We've covered that extensively here on the show.
Well,
we showed you the study.
It's not for us to cover.
Well, it is for us to cover. We covered it.
But it's not for us to declare, yes. But the science does show that it's only really protecting yourself, right?
So the RNC sent out this tweet that said, Biden is lifting COVID restrictions for illegal immigrants flooding into the country, but not for Americans on airplanes. Zeke Miller, AP source, CDC to extend travel mask mandate for 2 weeks to monitor uptick in COVID-19 cases. So, Rand Paul also had a tweet about this as well, specifically on the mask mandates, and says, no surprise, Biden continues to mandate wearing ineffective masks on planes. Time to vote out these petty tyrants. That's Rand Paul.
Yes. I mean, this was a position that, the Republican Party using this as... Again, but they're politicizing it, right?
They are politicizing
They
it?
both sides are. Now, the Biden administration is saying we just need it for our own control. Republicans are saying, okay, but you're torturing people and not immigrants. Like that's sort of a silly argument. Those two things are not necessarily related.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. We've been banned, we've been blocked, we've been censored. That's why we started our own website, to stay connected with you for free.
That's right. So head on over to redacted.inc and make sure you're connected with us. You can sign up again at redacted.inc, not .com.